This is my comfort zone, but lately it just feels empty. When I spend too much time here, it can feel kind of depressing, and suddenly the things I enjoy doing become dull unless something changes. We all like to feel like we have control in our lives, and our comfort zone is the ultimate example of that. It's a place where things feel familiar and safe. But when we stick to our routines, those activities we once enjoyed don't feel quite as exciting anymore. And this can make us feel like life has gotten kind of dull. This started happening to me, and I felt like I needed to break out of the cycle that I was in. I wanted to do something different, anything different. And so I decided to do something maybe a little bit extreme, and I joined an improv comedy class, a class where you get on stage with some other people and you act out an entirely improvised scene. This scared the shit out of me, but it has honestly been one of the best experiences that I've had. It has forced me out of my comfort zone in a major way, and I have met some really cool people that I enjoy hanging out with and I still hang out with to this day. And probably the most important lesson that improv has taught me is that often the best things in life are the things that are completely unplanned. The funny thing about improv is that the best scenes are typically the accidents. I find that when I try to plan out my scenes, those ironically end up being the worst. It's the scenes where I step out on stage without a plan and someone accidentally says something or does something. Those are the scenes that end up being the best. It's those happy little accidents, as Bob Ross would say, that end up being the scenes where people laugh the most. When we stay in our comfort zones, we don't allow the happy accidents of life to come our way. And those often are the most fulfilling experiences to have. And the cool thing is you don't have to do something as extreme as join an improv comedy class, although I do highly recommend it. You can go to a coffee shop you've been wanting to try, take a walk on a trail you haven't been to, or join that club you've been thinking about joining. When you do new activities like this, you invite those happy little accidents that make life more enjoyable. So maybe someone strikes up a conversation with you at that new coffee shop, or maybe you discover some awesome scenic overlook you never even knew was there, or maybe you'll discover that pickleball is your new favorite hobby. It's important to note that we don't have to completely abandon our comfort zones. They're not inherently a bad thing. We just have to listen to our body when it's telling us to switch things up. We have to have the courage to know when it's time to break the routine and do something different, to find those happy little accidents of life that only happen when we step outside and have an unplanned adventure.